Welcome to the quarterfinals. It's me, it's me, Nihi on Fire Nature Rush versus Wayne on Grab Mana Burn.
And it's me, Snow Melody. I will commentate on behalf of Wayne, who is playing Grab Mana Burn. And yes, looking at his deck profile, I think this matchup is not really favored for him, but the tides could turn because in our format we can play Hell Scraper, and that could really just wipe the whole board for Rush and stabilize the game if the trigger is in the shield.
So it was quite funny. Another of the player, Anthony, was actually hoping for this matchup to happen because Wayne is his bracket demon, and he did not want to face Wayne. So I think it was also quite lucky for me to be facing Wayne with Fire Nature strongly favored in this matchup.
An interesting point to make is that this Grab Burn is not the conventional one. It includes Bliss Totem and Mystic Dreamscape, so it also involves a cycle. So once it stabilizes, the burn could continue theoretically indefinitely.
And
also with the inclusion of Time Tripper in DM14, it's a pseudo mana burn from turn 3, which is a strong card.
Also with Hell Scraper, Wayne can come back. A single Hell Scraper can remove up to 5k worth of creatures from his opponent's field, really neutralizing or even crippling the rush when done appropriate timing.
That's very true, but looking at the deck profile, I think it's still not really favored for him because he only played 6 defensive triggers, and 2 of which was Scrapers. So yeah, there's a lot of element of luck involved in the decision of the outcome of the game.
Looks like it's going to be an uphill fight for Wayne in this match.
But I also want to commentate on Nehemiah's FN Rush. It's a slightly spicy flavored DM14 version which incorporates Valvong inside. Yeah, so it could kind of act as an extra speed attacker aside from Recover the Dismantler and Pyrofighter Magnus.
As Dungeon Minion, Valbog is a 3 mana 5k. A card that got nerfed into Armored Goblaf, which is 5 mana 6k double breaker. However, at 3 mana, is one of the only evos that can actually be a double breaker, really acting as your 9 or 10 shield trigger and very annoying to deal with.
Yes, and even though Wayne's plays Squirtle as sort of like an early game counter, but knowing FN Rush, there's definitely Command Missile and Volcanic Arrows. So yeah, it can only stall for a tiny bit.
As you can see, it's a very tense matchup. Both players are intensely shuffling their decks to ensure the best odds. All the best.
Yes, according to one of our wise players, the optimal shuffling is 7 times. So I think reverse shuffling that is. So yes, I guess that's why they are shuffling so much to ensure the cards are evenly spread out.
But they say always need to perfect shuffle 7 times. So sometimes I'm a bit scared and I extra shuffle another 2-3 times to maybe up to 10 times.
Yeah,
what's your normal average?
That's me also. For casual games, I maybe just shuffle like 3 or 4 times because I don't really bother about the quality of like the distribution of cards. But for the actual tourney, I should shuffle like 8 to 10 times.
And I realize if I finish my shuffling too fast, sometimes I get a lot more nervous against the opponent player because they're still shuffling and I'm just sitting there breathing hard, you know. So I try to match their shuffling and end at the same time as them. That has been my optimal strat.
No, FN Rush player can shuffle fast. They also need to play fast, they just shuffle fast.
Yeah. And here we go into the first game 1, everybody. Fire Nature Rush versus Grab Mana Burn.
It seems like they are still setting up their board, trying to get the picture perfect setup, putting their shields very nicely. Okay, here comes the dice roll, the most important part of the game.
Okay, it looks like Wayne has won the dice roll. As we see the FM player's hand, we see a Gonta, the strongest card, our signature of everybody's favorite, 2 mana 4k card.
Is there a Hell Scraper in his hand? That doesn't even look good already.
Wayne only runs, I think, two Hell Scrapers,
copies.
and he really sees one of them. Well, he always has the chance of...
Okay, he charged Fortress Shell, I think, from that.
It's
I can't really see,
but... So Wayne has to hope his first shield is a Hell Scraper, and then he should be able to stabilize. It's a very short matchup and comes really down to this shield break.
Double Gonta with a Break Claw on the third turn.
Explosive start from FN Rush. It's not looking good for Wayne. This could easily end in...
Yeah, he has charged the first Hell Scraper that he got at the start of the game, right? So, and his deck is also very spell heavy. So he will need to stabilize like by reaching at least 6 or 7 mana with Surfer and Plague. Oh yes, I don't really see. Yeah, it's just difficult for Wayne. Hope for the best for him.
It may look rough here, but it's not a weak deck at any chance. It's a top 8 deck. It sacrifices his matchup against Rush to have a lot more favourite matchup against mid-range
and control. His deck really shines through.
So all the control players were sweating, hoping not to face Wayne.
Okay, there's like 4 shields broken all in one turn. And with no triggers at all, that kind of seals the deal. Is there anything you can do from this point on?
Meltdown, no, it's still too early for Meltdown. Meltdown will need 6 mana.
Yes, what he can do is shuffle and start for game 2.
With the smile on his face, Deadly Fighter Break Claw ends the game.
Congratulations, Nihi, on the first win of this game. Let's see what game 2 will be.
I think now it's a very tense game. This is the quarterfinals. So Wayne really needs a good shuffle here. Oh!
And to mention, Wayne has also been one of the long-time players in the community for Singapore. He has been active since about a decade ago, and now, even with his work commitments, he has continued playing online. So, by no means he's a weak player. Yes, he has very good control and knowledge of his deck, as he has used this deck before in previous tournament, but with a slightly different build since this is the first time he has played DM14. So this is more like a refined build that he has incorporated, and he's very familiar with this deck.
He has a love for control decks. So here we see him on Grub Mana Burn, but you can also sometimes see him on his Ruby deck or his Hydro Hurricane deck.
Yes, and I also want to say that Niemeyer FN Rush is also his signature deck because he has been using this deck for the 3rd tournament.
It's a 3rd year.
Yes, 3 times in a row he has played FN Rush.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't fix what's not broken.
Yes, don't fix what's not broken. That is true.
But I think we're banning him from FN Rush for the next tournament so that he can grow as a player.
Correct. If he's playing FN Rush for the next tournament, he will be treating the entire community for dinner.
Yeah, we committed that to the group chat already. It's a signed deal.
Okay, it looks like Wayne's going all in on the shuffling, praying for the 2 Hell Scrapers to be initial. And so can see like the game here has finished while like the players on the left side, slightly out of the screen, are still trying to go through the very first game. That's the power of FN Rush. You can finish it fast and you can rest.
And it really comes to the first few turns where all the decisions are made. So you really need to optimize every move because Rush has no late game, nor that it needs one. It just needs to optimize the early game well. Some players affectionately refer to it as shields control because with it you control your opponent's shields.
Yes, and even though FN Rush might seem like an easier to pilot deck or more introductory deck for beginners to pilot with, by no means is an easy deck, especially if you face against other Rush or aggro matchup. There are certain decisions that can set the game apart, and you need to think carefully through it, especially when to attack as a tempo or when to slightly defend, like let your opponent attack into you first.
Oh, turn 1, FN Rush misses the first attack.
Okay, so it looks like a turn 2 play once again with Gonta. There's no turn 1 play for both games. Wayne draws 2 cards with Energy Stream as his turn 3 play, and he has started first. So if he can build momentum up to turn 6, possibly he can stabilize. Let's see what he got for the upcoming turns.
But wait, that's a Velbog in Nihi's hands. Velbog is a double breaker, allowing Nihi to come up and make up for his lost 1 drop.
Yes, that's like a extra pyro fighter that stays as a body on the field. So now it's a consistent double breaker for every single turn moving forward. A strong card indeed.
Double break from Nihi.
Okay. Wind draws. I see a volcano charger. Let's he gonna cast it. It looks like he has a few options, but not any that could really answer into the creature on the board at the moment. He's deliberating on what to charge. I see Ice Vapor as well. I see Mystic. I see Rip and Soul. Okay, it looks like he's going for, is that bronze? He has step 3 mana. Yes, that's the bronze sum tribe. Okay, so he's aiming for the ramp.
For non-blocker decks, one of the best way to stabilize against aggro actually is ramp. It's a bit counterintuitive, but if you manage somehow to get 2 to 3 ramp off, you are normally able to stabilize comfortably.
Oh, but the bronze didn't stick because it's knee casting volcanic. Yes, okay, that's the body gone with sacrifice of 1 shield, but that doesn't matter for Rush at all at this point.
Volcanic is cast to prevent any meltdown shenanigans or any soul swap shenanigans in the case he hits things.
Yes. So the turn 6 play here now is basically absent. He has to answer the threat on board first. Oh, there's a soul swap in his shield. Looks like the evolution is going in. What will he choose from Nehemiah's mana zone?
So how soul swap goes, it works for ever creatures is the whole creature comes in and only one card comes out and the ever creature cannot come out.
Yeah, it's rather unfortunate that Bronze Sum is gone. If not, he could have even soul swap his own Bronze Sum to aim for another mana ramp at the same turn.
But with the Velbok tag, it ensures that the FN Rush, unlike Terrapit, the FN Rush is not down one creature. Even though it loses Velbok, it's still back to 2 creatures Wayne has to deal with, which is still nowhere near to comfortable.
I think Wayne having 2 triggers in shield. It looks like he's thinking on what to cast first.
So I heard on ground there was a bit of a clarification here because I think it was a double trigger.
Yes, it's a Hell Scraper with Soul Swap. Yes, because we get to decide which trigger to use. Okay, so he has decided to remove Valwong from the battle zone and keep Soul Swap. Yes, that's an unfortunate timing for him to not be able to cast Soul Swap. If not, he would have gotten 1 extra mana with Bronze Sum on the battle zone.
It's a piggy with a dream, and it's looking good for Nihi now, who's holding Wayne down to 1 shield.
Okay, so if he can answer Chrysotic and if he has Meltdown or some other play at like turn 6 or 7 onwards, he could potentially stabilize, but things are still hard on Wayne's side. Oh yes, that's the Volcanic Charger. And what is he gonna play next? Another Bronze Sum. Okay, now he has all the mana needed for his game. Can he stabilize at this point? Oh, a Pyro came into play. That's rather tough. He has only 2 hand discards, which are Skeleton Vice and Lost Soul in his deck profile. So if he doesn't answer that Pyro, it will be a game in this turn.
Can Wayne come back here?
Yes, can Wayne come back at this point with a discard or probably his Bloody Squirtle that he has in his deck as well?
He just needs a little bit more power to stabilize here.
Does he has Meltdown in his hand?
Wayne is counting his options.
Yes, 8 mana.
Would you rather be the FN player or the God player in this scenario? God player, you have all the mana but no shields.
I used to be a more aggro player until I decided to just play more control decks. So actually I would like Grub because I do like Bleeds Totem and the concept of Bleeds Totem. I myself has a Bleeds Totem deck but uses Divine Riptide as sort of mana bounce for both players. But in this situation, I would like to be an FN player. It's not so much suffering.
As an FN player myself, I think the nervousness here is because the game is no longer in your control. While you control the first 4 turns, it's all up to the game is in Wayne's hands, whether he wins and your fate is up to him.
He has aimed for soul swapping his own bronze for Fortress, burning the only fire mana. Hopefully Nehemiah doesn't have any fire card in his hand apart from Pyro. If not, this game next turn. This is very risky, but I think it's the desperate move for Wayne to hopefully survive the next turn.
So FN is actually down to 2. Ideally, you want to be at 3, which means you can always
Oh,
cast
he has enough for Lost Soul as well. Impressive.
an impressive 10 mana.
Yes.
As you see, we talked about it earlier, where Ram is really one of the best ways to come against rush decks. Here, you see that Nihi actually has charged a red card, really wanting to be on that 3 mana so that he can top deck a speed attacker.
I see Rip and Soul in his hand. What else? Is there a Pyro Fighter? I can't really see. That looks like a Time Tripper as well. Can't really see, but Rip and Soul is potentially a play to burn away the fire mana. Yeah, hopefully to stop for another turn. Yeah. Okay, also can try to take a look at what other cards he has if I can.
What Wayne really needs to do here is to burn away the raid, and it prevents the FN player from really top decking any speed attacker, giving Wayne a lot more time to breathe.
Yes, so he indeed has chosen to cast Rip and Soul and burn the fire mana as we predicted. Okay, I see Bliss Totem, Pyro Fighter, and Time Tripper. It's not really looking good for him since none of this actually answers any top deck that Niemeyer can draw. Yeah, he really needs like a spell or a remover to stabilize at this point. Okay, Bliss Totem has entered the battle zone.
The Mystic Dreamscape, you can see, is in the mana zone. If it returns to hand, that will let Wayne probably stabilize and win the game.
Yes.
Can he get it here?
Unfortunate charge because there's no fire mana for Niemeyer, so that Break Claw can't come out. Okay, Wayne draws his next card.
It's a very tense match.
At this point, Wayne has all the resources in terms of mana, so he really just need a Mystic Dreamscape or some remover spell card. Oh, Time Tripper. That doesn't really do anything against Rush at this point, but yeah, it's sort of the only option to play from his hand.
Rush just needs to be a 3 and it's safe.
Please Totem adds 3 more mana, filling more cards into the mana zone. At this point, it's like infinite mana for Wayne already. Okay. Legendary top deck, which is a Break Claw.
It's a Daily Fighter back call with a dream. He's smiling, even though all those huge threats are faced against him.
Yes.
Can he overcome the wall?
Does Wayne have any removal against that one tiny Break Claw, aiming to finish with his cute smile on his face? Wayne seems to be distributing his mana and counting his mana.
It could be anybody's games now. Who will win? This giant beast of fate versus
okay. He has tapped 3 mana. Someone Hawkers aiming for a top draw, but that's a Rip and Soul which does nothing at this point. What else does he have in his hand? A Pyro Fighter?
What will Wayne play?
Yeah, it looks unfortunate, but I think this is game. Indeed.
GG.
Good game.
Thanks to Wayne for his sportsmanship in this game as well.
Yes.